Hello.
Hello.
We're back.
We're back and in the same place as last week.
Haven't moved.
There you go.
Haven't even changed.
Haven't even changed. Will, you've still got sweat patches on your arms.
Grease patches.
Still waiting for the perfect scenario to tell his joke.
Yeah. Let's hold off on that. We've got, very excitingly, we've got some special guests today.
We have.
So beyond Tom, shout out to Tom.
Shout out.
Who's made everything look wonderful and sound wonderful, unlike my bodged effort from Series 1. We've also got the erstwhile Beth. Shout out to Beth. Ooh. But we have some intercontinental, not intergalactic, intercontinental visitors.
VIPs.
Sherry Lee and Mike. Shout out to Sherry Lee and
My
Mike.
parents are here.
Yay. So I'm going to start the episode off on a very light note. Cassidy, tell me about your upbringing.
My upbringing. Well, in Florida, we have our own barrack.
So we talk, we give a lot of airtime to Will. And the feedback that I've had from a lot of people is we want to hear from a little bit more from Cassidy. So I think the fact that your parents are in town.
Yeah.
What was life growing up like?
I don't think we could have grown up more differently. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think we had polar opposite upbringing.
Yeah. So Will grew up in this 24-bedroom monstrosity.
That's 24 beds.
It was when you grew up here.
No, for me, better.
Yeah. I grew up in a 3-bed, 2-bath, 4-bed. Oh, we're
That is that is Mike going. It's definitely a 4-bed.
definitely a 4-bed in a gated community
Oh, very nice.
in Florida,
Whereabouts in Florida?
Jacksonville.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like on the bottom of the Bible Belt.
Mm.
When people say they're from Florida, okay is the only correct response.
It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
It's it's the land of like mega churches and agricultural land, and I could start driving when I was like 15 because agricultural, like the way it worked was that your parents would be on the farm and you would get your license really young so you could get yourself to school. I think it's like an old historic laws around that. But we weren't close to the beach. So we were inland in Florida, but it was still quite swampy. A lot of mosquitoes.
Oh God, you're not painting a brilliant picture. What's that?
So what you're saying is you crawled out of the swamp.
You drove out of the swamp.
Oh yeah, drove out of the swamp.
At the ripe age of 15.
So, did you go to one of those high schools that we see on television
Yeah, with
Big.
lockers.
with lockers
Absolutely.
and a
But I
football
didn't
team?
ride a school bus. Yeah, football team. Yeah. With
Did you go to
homecoming.
support? Were you a cheerleader?
No, I wasn't a cheerleader. I was a swimmer because the whole family was swimmers. So funny enough, I'm the only member of my family to not go to Olympic trials.
Oh, really?
Like the family disappointment.
So you've got brothers and sisters?
I have one brother. We're quite close. We're about 1.5 years apart.
And he trialed at the Olympics?
Yeah, he went to Olympic trials. My dad has 5 Olympic medals.
Shout out to Mike.
Shout out
Hang
to
on,
Mike.
did you say your dad is an Olympic medalist?
You know this.
Yeah, but I think that is very cool.
You're just emphasizing it.
I think you need to emphasize how cool that is.
news.
So, yeah, this is Will perfecting his acting skills.
That is very cool.
Oh, wait a second.
3 golds and 2 silvers from the 1984 Los Angeles.
Mike's saying 1 silver. He's saying he's got 4 bedrooms, but only 1 silver and only 2 silvers. The question is, does Mike keep his 4 medals in that 4th bedroom? Is that in the is that in the medal room?
I think it's like in his bedside table.
That's very, very cool.
They also have.
Unbelievably cool.
And then my mom also went to Olympic trials. So I'm the only member of the family.
They also have.
not-
I think it was 87 in LA or something. Mike has
84.
the 84. Sorry, Mike has the Olympic torch.
That was from the following year, I think. He got to carry the torch.
Yeah, he got to carry the torch, so it's now hanging in their house.
But
The
I think there's
the Olympic torch.
there's a big difference between being able to carry the torch and stealing the torch and hanging it in your house, which is what I assume is what you're telling me.
All
Yeah,
three.
it's kind of extra. Anytime we needed like a torch or a flashlight, he just grabs
Oh,
it.
just the Olympic
Yeah,
tail.
right, you're away with this.
That's a pretty strong flex.
But it's he's got this Wikipedia page. If you look up Michael Heath swimmer, and it's like Michael Heath went to the University of Florida where he met his wife, Sherry Lee Heath. And he went on to the 1984 Olympics and won all these medals. And his wife, Sherry Lee, also went to Olympic trials. And they have a son who's following in his footsteps. And he's gone to University of Florida just like his father. And also is attending Olympic trials. They have one other child. It sounds like I'm in like rehab or something. Like we don't talk about that one, but let's just acknowledge its existence. It's there. Are you pulling it up now?
Yeah, I am pulling it up. Although I found Michael Heath in brackets Paralympic swimmer,
That's not.
which I don't think is Mike.
No, that's not him. No, he was able-bodied swimmer.
Yeah.
So 3 gold medals and a silver. Did you
4 gold.
4 golds. 3 golds, 1 silver.
I thought it was 3.
When you've got that many,
3 gold.
when you've got that many medals, you can't remember how many you've got. That's quite impressive. So, my wife Beth, who's in the audience, very small audience, very, very kindly. So I've run a few marathons. Very, very kindly put the finishers' medals in a nice box with a frame, and put my time underneath each one of these medals and gave it to me as a present. And that is the most important thing I own, and it's hanging front and center in our sitting room.
It's a nice picture.
Compared to 3 gold medals and a silver.
He just keeps them in his bedside drawer. I don't even think they're framed. Some of them are framed, but yeah.
You're not wearing them right now, are you, Mike? No.
He should wear them everywhere he goes, shouldn't he? And carry the torch everywhere he goes.
So did you swim growing up?
I did.
All that kind of stuff?
I did swim. But I found it really, really repetitive, and I didn't like just looking at the bottom of a pool all day. So then I switched to rowing, which is also very, very repetitive.
So
If
you're
you're
just
looking
looking
at
at the back
you're
of
looking at the back of someone's head all day. But what I liked more about rowing is it was a team sport, and swimming it was like you could be the one that drops the ball for your relay, and everyone would know it's you. But in a boat, you win together and you lose together, and I liked that. It took a lot of the pressure off, like your individual performance, but it weirdly, I think, enabled me to work harder because I was supporting everyone around me as well.
So I'm
Just
just going to
myself.
interject. And Stephen, maybe you can help out here. Why would anybody do a sport where you can't see, you can't breathe?
Going backwards. Oh, you're talking about
can't-
swimming?
Yeah, you can't hear, you can't smell. You lose like 4 of your 5 senses just doing the
It
sport.
is weird when you're swimming. You're like swimming, you breathe, you just hear silence.
But I would say the upsides are numerous, but the main upside is you get those broad shoulders. You know, I've got very, very good running legs, but they don't get. I'm showing them off now.
I don't think girls really want broad shoulders.
Do they not?
Even not really.
I do.
Will's like, you have linebacker shoulders. I'm like, oh, thank
I
you.
don't think I've ever said.
You did say
I
that.
don't think I've ever.
Why would I remember it?
I don't know.
Linebacker.
But you get very, very broad shoulders, which is a
Huge
good thing
shoulders.
for a man.
Boat. You get you naturally sort of develop a boat shape.
You said you look like a boat.
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you ever watch your dad swim, or had he retired by the time that
He coached when I grew up.
Did he coach you?
I think so, yeah. I think he taught me how to swim. I remember crying into my goggles because he was making me do kicking. Like I thought I deserved to be done, but I was still having to kick. And I just remember my goggles filling with tears as I was kicking on my kickboard.
Oh.
But going to practice with my dad was a lot of fun because he was coaching, so we'd have to go quite early and we'd get Dunkin' Donuts on the way into practice. And then we'd kind of hang out all day while he did paperwork and stuff. And then he'd have afternoon practice. And then we'd drive home and we'd stop by Taco Bell on the way home. So we just
dig around.
That is the great American sandwich.
American.
Dunkin' Donuts, one came, Taco Bell. And he had like one of the original cell phones that had like Snake on it.
Oh, yeah.
Game. So he would let us play Snake on his phone, and it had the antenna that went up. And in the area where like the pool pumps was a bunch of white rocks that had fossils in them, or what we thought were fossils probably as a kid. So we had loads of entertainment while he was coaching.
And my impression of high school kind of erring on the side of elite kind of junior sports is very, very kind of high pressure, almost professional before you're an adult.
Yeah.
That's how we see it
So
as amateurs in the UK that love not doing anything particularly well.
So I went to really privileged schools because my mom was a teacher. And so any school she taught at, she taught at a private school for a long time, and that meant that we got like significantly discounted tuition. So my brother and I were able to attend the private school my mom was teaching at. And then when her time was up at that school and she wanted to go into public schools, the next school up that I really wanted to get into was super expensive. But luckily I was able to get an athletic scholarship to go to that school. So the pressure of performing athletically to maintain that scholarship to be able to attend the school was really significant. And I remember getting up at 4:30 in the morning to go to weight training. So my school was about 45-minute drive away. And I had a car when I was 15 that I learned to drive in and was able to drive myself to school. But I would drive to school, lift weights from 5 a.m. until like 6:30 a.m., shower, attend class all day, and then have a 2.5, 3 hour practice in the afternoon.
Oh my God.
It was intense. It was really intense. But
when did you decide, that's not for me?
Because then when I went to university, I had an academic scholarship. So I had an athletic scholarship to go to high school. Then to go to university, I had an academic scholarship. And when I first went to school in Boston, I was trying to balance both. But it was the opposite pressure where I then had to have my GPA, my grade point average, high enough to maintain the scholarship. So then when I was trying to do all this like athletic stuff in the morning and falling asleep in class, I realized it wasn't
sustainable.
Yeah. So that's when I just focused on school. But Will had the opposite. You had an athletic scholarship, so you had to work your butt off, and
it was hard work.
Yeah.
It was hard work, and I feel very fortunate that I was in a position whereby when the rubber met the road and it was really hard going in year 2, I was able to talk to my dad, and he was able to accommodate most of the huge school fees in America. I mean, it was massive. It was like 60 grand a year or something crazy.
When I first met Will, he was studying media and screen studies. That was his major.
But you know why I studied it?
Screen studies.
Yeah,
Like,
media
what is
and screen
that?
studies.
He's majored in watching film.
I studied it because it's the only time I could actually sleep. It's really sad. I'd go to class and that would be my time to sleep because you'd be doing sports all the other time.
I assume that it's prepared you quite well for the hospitality industry, just in terms of those long, long hours and having to wake up and get up and do it again.
Yeah, and it's the pressure of like not wanting to let your team down. So if you didn't train if you had like a 2-week break and you didn't train and you went back after the 2-week break, you're letting your whole team down. They can totally tell. It's
going to sound really old school, but if we ever get an application from somebody and they put team sports or something related to team sports on their resume, it's near enough a hire.
And funny enough, like individual sports are kind of a red flag a little bit.
Go on.
Like diving, gymnastics, anything where it's all about your individual performance and not about like the performance of the team as a whole. Kind of not you learn to be a team player very young, I think.
You're just mad you had to rely on other people to be good at sports.
No, I didn't. What?
Couldn't be single sculling.
Wow.
So do you think that it might prepare you well for, drum roll, running this place as a hotel?
Yeah. I don't see why
I
not.
think hospitality as a whole is prepared as well, but yeah.
Let's set this up. So this is an amazing wedding venue that is utilized Friday, Saturday, Sunday, most weekends of the year, but mainly in the kind of summer, spring, autumn months. So there's so much time that this place is lying unbelievably useful, but not fully utilized.
Yeah.
So talk me through your decision, the mad idea, and I think we might have referenced it on the last episode, that you were looking at the kind of 100 do's and don'ts of running a hotel, which is a very, very different enterprise from running a weekend wedding venue. So
I think
it's mad. It's total mad.
I think
it's total madness.
We've done the hard bit first.
Maybe we're naive, but like hosting a wedding and having the entire house used and then the entire house emptied and you have to clean everything, I think is a lot harder than having 4 bedrooms check out that day. You've got 4 bedrooms to clean and then another 4 rock up the next day and then you turn those over. It's like a lot more eased. There's no schedule for the day. like there is with a wedding. It's not like the most important day of those people's lives. So there's a lot less pressure to live up to. I don't know. Maybe we're just completely naive.
No, I don't think so. I think there is less pressure. There's less what's the word? Expectation on bringing out the best day of their life that they're going to remember forever. That's like quite a lofty goal, and somehow we've achieved it throughout the years. But it's hard, and I think running a hotel, yes, it's a 24/7 job, but also there's like less expectation in it. Do you know what I mean by that?
It's a really interesting one. I think from my world, a good description or a good representation is if you're doing a single lecture or a single performance, you are there operating at 100%. You are there, the glad hands are out. It's a wonderful experience, and then you leave stage left and you never see them again. Whereas if you're teaching for the year and you see those students 3-4 times a week throughout a whole year, you're not going to be 100% all the time. You have to maintain that really, really good consistency and build up, and realize that you're going to have days where you're knackered and you just have to get through that day. And the review might be 4.5 stars instead of gunning for 5 all the time. But you're going to have to cut yourself a little bit of slack because it's going to be all day, every day, right?
To play devil's advocate, I can kind of see where it might be harder in that we've only got 18 hours to impress someone versus a full weekend and a year in the lead up to their wedding to really build a relationship and build that element of trust and deliver their expectations versus someone who's just rocking up to stay one night. It's like quite difficult to know exactly who they are and what they'd like and how we can go above and beyond for them.
But I don't think you have to change at all. I think we just do what we're doing. I think you introduce yourself, you show them the house, you show them the amenities here, and they have a nice time. I don't think it's as complicated as it has to be.
There's so many reasons we want to try this out and see how it goes. Mostly because the house is sitting largely empty Monday through Thursday. It's difficult to hire more staff when the shifts are limited and concentrated on the weekends only. We're already being held to a hotel standard in like fire safety and licensing terms. So we're already like paying the price of being this 24/7 business without actually reaping any of the benefits. And because with weddings, there's absolutely zero repeat clients. So you're having to start at the bottom of the mountain every time, win that trust, develop that relationship, and then you say goodbye and you never see them again.
Yeah,
that's quite sad.
Yeah, it's quite sad. I mean, I think it makes total sense from as we discussed, a capacity utilization perspective. This place is so amazing and you want to share it with as many people as possible. I think, Will, you've got a very good entrepreneurial approach, which is, well, let's just do it. Let's just see,
Screw it.
Just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, it all goes tits up and we just do weddings.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
but you've been successful doing weddings.
Yeah.
You might as well take some of the essence and the flavor and not try and overly, augment it with a lot of different bells and whistles.
We're
right?
kind of at a forkroads where it's like, okay, we want to grow the team. In order to grow the team, we can either become a wedding factory or diversify what we do a little bit.
There's a place not far from here called Davenport House, and they don't like us very much. I don't know why, but we're always compared to them. I think because they see themselves as our competitors, so everyone always compares them to us. Same architect, I guess.
Same architect.
Similar looking house.
Yeah.
It's a little bit smaller. They've got, I think, more bed.
I love that.
Oh yeah, subtle.
I just say, and they've got more bedrooms, and it's a very different business. And they do weddings inside out. They do hundreds.
They do 6 weddings a week.
Yeah, they do loads and loads. They're a wedding factory.
We don't.
I don't want to do that.
We don't want to be against them. We don't want to be doing that same model because I
just
think
don't want to be a wedding factory.
just
Everyone's got to feel.
Our whole premise with opening this place up is we want people to experience it like we've been so lucky to have it, which is a private family home. So to suddenly be like, ooh, look at the time, you've got to get out, the next wedding's coming. It's like not part of that vibe.
But then again, it is a business, right? And
Yeah.
from a hotel perspective, you will have to
Kick
you would have to have a checkout
because the next people are going. Yeah,
exactly.
And
Oh yeah,
there's surely a fine balance between, like, at the moment our checkout time on Sunday is like 12 p.m. But we've had people leave like 1, 2, 3 p.m.
But
and
I
it
think-
works at the moment because there's nothing else in the calendar.
So what we do in the contracts is the checkout time is a defined time, and it says in the fine print, if you stay any later than that, for every hour you stay, you're charged £100. So it can.
That feels really, really small.
But then, yeah,
think?
yeah. What, you could stay another 24 hours then and only pay 2,400. That's cheaper than the house.
Oh, maybe I should change it.
Yeah.
But I put that in
That's the
there.
amount of money that I would spend paying a parking fine
how I-
if I can't be bothered to move.
I think it's £100 per person.
Minute?
Still.
No, it's not that bad. But it's like our damage deposit. Our damage
Ow.
deposit,
Oh
bro.
well.
Our damage deposit for hiring the house is quite small. It's like 750 quid. So if I was like someone up to no good, I'd think, ooh, for only £750, me and my guests can get up to whatever shenanigans we want to in this house.
Like what?
Like, we can smoke cigarettes in our rooms. We can like wreck things.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, please.
We had a wedding a while ago, and some of the guests smoked in the room, and it's always such a tricky one because we said to them, look, we reckon there were guests smoking in the rooms. The staff found cigarette butts. It's stank of cigarettes afterwards. I'm going to need to charge because we're going to have to professionally clean this because we got guests checking in like 2 days' time. And they came back and they said, oh, guests weren't smoking in the rooms. And I'm like,
no way to-
how do we even?
This is where you need your creepy night
Cameras.
visions, heat map.
Oh no.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
It's a challenge with being a hotel venue because the couple is responsible for all of their guests in the whole house, and the couple's always lovely, but sometimes their guests are not.
Are not so lovely.
Yeah, or like after a few drinks, no one's quite as lovely, are they? So,
Unless you're a good drunk
Unless we're a good drunk.
and you're
Yeah.
more lovely.
Yeah.
yeah.
You need more people like that. It sounds like you probably just need an enforcer, just like a real, not nasty piece of work, but someone that can just be like
An iron
right,
fist.
I'm
We-
gonna
Your
triple.
brother would be really
Yeah,
good
I'm
at
gonna
that.
triple the overage. I'm gonna make my damage deposit 10 grand.
Oh,
And if
so-
you're smoking, well, we've got detectors in it.
do you know why I think Cassidy and I work so well? Because I'm always the baddie and you're the goodie every single day.
Will says that if I was the only one in charge, I would be paying to put people's weddings on, which is probably true. It's probably true.
But you're a very good salesperson, so you definitely need.
Cassidy could sell somebody their own head. I don't know how you do it.
It's not even. I'm not even like trying to be sales. It's just genuinely caring.
I think what you do is you make because you make friends wherever you go. I think you make a friend
Yeah,
first.
but sometimes that is a deficit because we have had people say they're not going to book here because they'd rather be our
Oh,
friends.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyhow,
So when is the hotel opening?
So we have tickets. They'll be live by the time this podcast
wait,
goes
are we
out.
doing tickets? That's kind of weird for us.
That's a little bit left field.
I don't know what to
Don't
call
mind
it.
it.
You know, you can book it.
Room availabilities. Rooms are
You
going
can
live.
thank you. You can book a room when this episode is out, and the link is on our website, which is berwick-house.com.
They're doing kind of early rates because we want to gather feedback before we launch it more formally in 2026.
The question I have,
We're doing 5-day pop-ups at the end of this year. So we're only opening as a hotel Wednesday through Sunday
Okay.
and keeping Monday, Tuesday empty so that we can like learn as we go, fix things as we go, because there's things that we know we're not quite ready for. Maybe like we haven't got a restaurant yet. We're relying on being so close to town and maybe organizing taxis to and from. The rooms don't have TVs yet. We're hoping to have TVs in the rooms before launching.
Let's
But-
let's put a little poll out.
what do you think?
I don't think you need TVs.
I think you don't
Although my wife would say that the first thing I do whenever I go to a hotel is
turn on the
check to
TVs.
see whether BBC World Service is, see if they have Sky Sports, and then get really grumpy if they don't have the TV channels. I
Okay,
want.
so that's a question. If you do have TVs, what do you have on it? Do you have Disney Plus? Do you have Netflix? Do you have? I don't know.
I just don't know if you need TVs.
I think we don't need
This is a very
TVs.
authentic place.
I know.
You
don't
want
need-
them to be congregating and meeting each other
I
in the
don't want
library
people
or
to-
the billiard room.
I want
or
people to mingle over a drink and get
Yeah.
to know each other. But I think realistically, you're going to get the antisocial people who just want to lay in bed and watch TV, because that is me.
something.
But I would bring my own. Like,
They should probably
Switch.
go in a few rooms.
Switch.
Like we should probably put TVs in like maybe 6 or 7 rooms, and you book.
Or
the
we
room
could
that
have like
needs a TV.
like mobile TVs and or that.
Mobile TVs.
Yeah.
No, that would be awful.
That reminds me of junior school. where
Imagine
they
being yeah.
have
Imagine
TV Tron.
Reminds me of when the Twin Towers were hit with the plane.
what?
They wheeled a TV into.
What does it remind you of the Twin Towers?
Because I was in like kindergarten or second.
Can I just say this is a Will moment right here?
Sorry. They wheeled a TV into our classroom so we could watch and we were like 6 years
You know,
old.
mobile TVs remind me of Twin Towers too.
Maybe this was an argument against having
The resemblance is uncanny.
We can't have TVs in the hotel rooms because it reminds Cassidy of dark times.
That is absolutely remarkable.
Sorry, that's a bit unhinged.
No, that's totally unhinged.
It's a beer and a half in.
Imagine being a guest and you see like 4 members of staff wheel this massive TV into the room next door.
It feels like
you
when
must
you've got-
wonder who's in there.
It does feel like when you've got a substitute teacher, doesn't it? And your substitute teacher is just there for the hourly pay, and they're like, whatever, education.
But there's something very nice. I think there's something very nice about, when you tell stories of you growing up and there was a TV, there was one old TV in the library.
You watch
And you
The
used to,
Simpsons.
you've watched Simpsons
Should
with
we
burnt
just have-
pizza.
Should we just have one TV in the library?
Television room. Yeah.
I don't know.
Give
Go on,
people the
people
full-
fight over it.
Yeah.
It'll be like, put on the football, and someone else will be like, I want to watch Simpsons, and someone else will be like, show me golf. It's like,
Show me golf.
Yeah.
That's how golf people
I'm
talk.
not sure that's how television works.
Yeah, if you talk to it like that, eventually it shows you what you want.
But I think that everyone listening to this podcast should book a room because it's the most amazing space. And TVs or no TVs, I would recommend
we should do a vote.
BYO TV
BYOT.
because they might not be ready by the time it opens. But it's, yeah.
We should do a vote. Do you think it needs TVs in the bedrooms?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We should do a vote. We're going to put it out to poll, and you let us know if you
Oh, is it gonna-
expect a TV
Is it going to be like the dishwasher thing?
where everyone like ganged up on you. Yeah.
I just got so bullied. I got so bullied. I got so picked on.
I've got some questions from our esteemed audience. But the first question I'm going to ask is from me. So, when you've got Mike and Sherry Lee staying, which room in the whole of Berwick House do they use? Or do they switch around different rooms when they're staying?
They're
Do they do the blue room and see the ghost?
Can I answer this
And
question?
then they go to, yeah,
Mike is a handyman, so we'll put him in whichever room needs the most work.
interesting. And you just kind of leave.
True.
You leave with a kind of, oh yeah, that thing, ooh, that doesn't look great. And there's a toolbox on the floor.
Yeah, convenient. Why is there a hammer here? Who knows?
Yeah, it's very.
Can I
authentic.
use it? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, we're trying to give them the complete collection. So they've rotated rooms each time, more or less. But they did stay here when we had like 2 toilets. So
So they've seen it at all
They
stages.
came once in December, and they're never coming back in December. But they did. To be fair, they did visit before we had like heat.
Before heat
Okay.
was invented.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Come on, they're not that old.
Just going to ask the question: would you like a TV in your room, Mike and Sherry Lee? Thumbs down from Sherry Lee. Thumbs up from Mike.
Mike wants to watch golf.
Mike wants to see golf.
Mike wants to see golf. Next question, and I think this one.
Close.
This one is from Sherry Lee. Have you ever considered putting in a pickleball court? I have no idea what that is. And a dog park. Or a dog park, I think maybe.
And dog park
Yeah.
Pickleball/dog park.
at the same time.
Yeah, you got to play pickleball around the dogs. Pickleball is this thing that's taking off in the States. It's huge. It's like tennis, but slightly less athletic.
Hmm.
But you don't have to move as fast and
So it's so popular with the Americans.
wow, it's subtle. You can put a tennis court in and then have a pickleball court on the tennis court.
Okay,
Bit
so
like playing pool on a
Well, would
billiards
you? Yeah. Would
table.
you ever put them in?
that's the
Yeah,
question.
for sure. When
Where-
the cash flow allows,
Would you? Where would you put them?
I'd put it on the old Victorian tennis
I
court.
wouldn't do a dog thing. I've looked.
Surely
hard.
the whole thing is a dog thing.
I don't know. I've looked hard at the dog thing, and I just don't think you don't want dogs running around like maniacs in it.
Okay, so
Field or
so in the
clip,
hotel, there's no dogs.
so
Rooms are dog friendly.
that-
We even
the
had
ho-
this discussion about children, not that they're related to dogs. And we're just kind of like, is this a dog friendly place? Is this a child friendly place?
I think it's a dog friendly hotel, and kid friendly. That's fine. But when you talk about dogs in like a dog park, it's just
Couldn't it be something totally separate, like further south on the estate, and it's run like its own
Yeah, if it-
individual entity?
if it
like
doesn't
Pet-
affect the house, yeah.
like Pet Paradise
In
in
America,
Jacksonville, Florida. Pet Paradise,
yeah.
which is where my parents, Jack Russell Merle, goes to stay. He stays at Pet Paradise, and they've got a waterfall
Oh, lovely.
into a
That is
pool
very
and-
bougie.
I want to elevate Berwick into
they-
Jacksonville.
You want to make a mini Jacksonville, Eric? Oh dear.
Question from Mike. As you launch this hotel, we've spoken about the TVs. He wants to know, are you going to have bed vibrators?
What?
I don't.
Excuse me?
I don't know what these things are, but Mike was very adamant that your bed should be vibrating.
Bed vibrators.
Yeah,
Is that like a standalone thing, or is that the bed that vibrates?
The whole bed
vibrates.
vibrates.
I don't
I think
know.
Mike is envisioning like a cheap motel. You put quarters into the bed, you're there for like 10 minutes.
It's not
with-
really the Berwick vibe, is it?
Not particularly.
No, as he said earlier, that's a paper hour vibe. I think that's not a paper night.
Yeah.
That's a paper hour vibe, and I don't
That's
think
a no for Mike.
I think it's a no.
So he gets no golf.
No golf.
He can have the golf.
no vibe.
He can have the
Mike,
golf.
Mike is not coming.
He can't have the vibrating bed.
This is just this is the art of a brilliant negotiator. He's put out two things. He knows the bed vibrators won't work,
So
but he's stuck it out his head, and then he's going to compromise and
On
going to go
golf.
golf. Yeah,
Yeah.
smart.
clever stuff.
We
Very,
have got
very clever.
we have got virtual golf potentially on the estate, haven't we?
Oh yeah, virtual golf. Simon's starting his. It's called Sim Golf, and that hopefully is open at the start of August, depending on contractors and building works and that sort of
So
thing.
he's in the stable yard. So he's rented like a garage space in the stable yard, and he's setting up a virtual golf. thing.
Virtual golf.
Wow.
I'm so excited. It's going to be
Me and Mike are going to be down there all
Yeah.
the time.
yeah, with your
Have you ever
vibrating
done
beds.
virtual
I've done it a lot. I
Is
love
it
it.
like?
It's the best thing in the world.
Is it somewhat comparable to real golf?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. If you get it right.
Are you? If you get
I
good
am.
at virtual golf, are you going to be good at real golf?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
It translates.
Wow,
Mm.
Does it?
that is such a sales pitch.
I've,
for
ne-
Berwick
I've never
House.
seen you so excited,
That is
Stephen. You can't
fantastic.
wait.
I might have my wedding here.
Which? What? Your second wedding? Your
Next
first-
question.
Avoid.
Moving on.
This is a slightly more serious question. This is from Tom. Shout out to Tom.
Okay.
And it's interesting that Tom asked this question, having been with us for the last few weeks. Have you ever considered just sacking it all in?
Tom's heard everything, and that's the question.
Well, you gotta share what my dad said.
Oh yeah, I think it was last year. We were going through a shit time. I can't remember why, and we got through it in the end.
First
But
round of fire stuff.
maybe. And Mike looks at me one day, and he just goes, "Well, have you ever thought about just striking a match and running?"
It's basically.
Is that before you got the fire safety all done, right?
I think it was mid-fire thing, and it was so stressful. And it was like, do you ever think about just
burning it all
burning
down?
it all down, claiming on insurance? It's like, yeah, maybe once.
Nah, they can suss that out real quick.
They could probably find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, have you this is such a difficult
thought
thing
about
to run. Yeah,
sacking
thought
it
about just having
Can
a
I answer?
slightly easier life.
Can I
Of course
answer?
you can.
I'd say about once a month, Will goes, "Oh my God, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? Are we doing the right thing? Oh, I don't know."
My man period.
Ew.
Can I say that?
I guess. I mean, you said it. So.
I think,
Tom's got some editing to do.
Sorry, Tom. I would be lying if I said I didn't think about it. Everyone does, right? You go through hard times and good times, and you get two extremes. So, of course, there are times when I thought, man, this is just too complicated. But you get through it.
Well, at the risk of sounding like, too, I don't know what the word is, like too, Messiah, or like back to like what I said last episode where we were like the saviors kind of thing, like we will make your wedding work. There's such an element of personal sacrifice whereby all of the investment going into Berwick House is like personal loan
Mm.
to Will and I, but the 4 siblings are benefiting equally. So everyone else is, by the time, like, if Berwick was sold, everyone else has got this inflated value from all the investment we've taken on personally, but we're just about enough to break even.
So what drives you guys to keep going?
Because if we didn't, no one else would.
What drives us?
What drives us to keep going? Well, I mean, I'm amazed that we've got such a wonderful team who have trusted us with their livelihoods, effectively. Like, hiring our first ever employee was a terrifying thing, because that's like, we will be responsible for your income. And it's been 4 years now, and we've had some people with us for most of that time.
I can't figure out if it's running a business that I love or running Berwick House.
How are you going to figure it out?
I think 6 months out of the year, it's probably running Berwick House. 6 months out of the year, it's probably running a business. I don't know. But at the end of the day, does it matter? You know, I like my job probably more than I don't. That's all you need.
There are times, though, when it just feels like the world is against you. Like, maybe you get a crappy review, and then the fire department says you've got to paint all the paneling 3 times. Like, we're paying to make the house worse, basically. And then the siblings say, oh, why don't we just sell it all? And sometimes it just feels like you're really looking up a mountain. You're like...
And therefore you need to have that intrinsic drive. And whether it's, all right, if we don't do it, this whole thing is going to go to pot. And we think
Honestly, it's often our clients that are like, okay, these people have booked, they believe in us, they believe in what we're doing. They've booked this place. Maybe some of them have even booked it before there's been any renovation work done to it, where they saw it with like scaffolding up.
It's amazing.
But they met us and they thought these people are going to pull it off. So I don't want to be the one who lets them down.
It's also the kind of Schadenfreude. It's the everyone says, oh, you should sell the place. It's too complicated.
Yeah. Oh, you're never going to be able to make it.
And I'm just of that mindset that I go, screw you. I'm going to try it anyway.
Yeah.
So don't. It's like saying, yeah, it's like telling somebody not to open that box. I'm going to open that box.
Yeah, and this is why they say that being an entrepreneur is a bug, not a feature. It's
True.
People that are really good entrepreneurs are not normal, well-adjusted people. They usually either have a chip on their shoulder, or they want to prove something, or they love their backs being against the wall, and they really want to
really like being challenged.
Yeah, and that's not something you can really teach, I don't.
Will's mom says something funny. She says, like, once you are successful with it, people will say, "Oh, aren't you lucky? Oh, wow, you're so lucky."
I love that. Yeah,
it is kind of true.
We get that right now. Actually, people do say, and we have been fortunate. But I think if you talk about fortune, you've got to consider the hard work that we put into it too.
But no one will get it.
Very often gets overlooked.
No one will get it unless they do it. Even like your siblings wouldn't understand quite how much it takes.
As much as you can explain it, people just don't get it.
When you're like pulling a clog out of a toilet with a elbow high glove at like 3 a.m, that's when you think like no one really understands.
Oh yeah, and I can capture this moment at a wedding. I can't remember when, last year.
February.
Possibly, I was pulling vomit from the crevices of the wooden oak flooring, and I was pulling it out with a rusty king's knife. And it was about 2 a.m. and they were playing
Mr. Brightside.
Mr. Brightside
for the millionth time
in the hallway. And as I was pulling out the vomit, I was listening to Mr. Brightside. I was so tired. I looked up at Mr. Watson, the portrait of the guy who built the house, in the hallway.
Your great-great-great-grandfather.
Yeah, and I just said to him, I was like, I'm so sorry. This is not what I thought I'd be doing.
This is not the glamorous life.
This is a low. This is a low.
That captures, I think, the sort of hardcoreness of this business.
Yeah, it's not that glamorous.
Another question. Which event type do you dread the most? A 21st, which you've just had, a 30th, which I think is coming up in a couple of weeks, a wedding, a corporate function, or an Instagram influencer kind of mega party, or whatever these influencers do, which I think, again, is coming up next week.
I think we dread 30ths the most because you have some serious PT, post-traumatic
30th.
experience.
Birthdays can be hard. Yeah.
Birthdays are hard, yeah.
Why do you think
the stakes are lower? Somehow.
Yeah, the stakes are lower.
For them, the stakes are lower.
Yeah.
You can have a crappy 30th, you've got like another 70 to go, right?
I would find the Instagram thing the scariest.
Because it's all free of charge.
Well, and they are going to post about it, and they are going to be discerning and maybe quite snarky.
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
don't have
Actually,
Instagram.
we did have a house full of Instagram influencers at one point, and all of them felt like they were the most important influencer in the house, and they all thought they deserved the best room.
Oh yeah, we
Obviously, we've got 18 completely different bedrooms.
Do you remember we had one Instagram person who was so upset? They came downstairs to the library to see Cassidy and I, and they said, "Why aren't I in the beach room?" And I said, "Well, our planner has put you in this room." And they said, "Well, it was marketed that I'd be in the beach room." And of course,
Because the
when
marketing
promotional
video was like, "You will stay at Barrack House," and they showed one bedroom. So
Yeah.
every single influencer thought they will be in that bedroom. It's like, so all 18 of you are going to be in the same room.
She was so upset, so we had to put her in this room and
And kick someone out of that room?
Yeah,
they were okay with it. Yeah,
Dear,
it was
a
difficult.
more reasonable person was fine with it. Yeah.
My final question comes from Sherry Lee. Does anyone dust the chandeliers?
No,
I
Every
dusted the
single
chandeliers.
pop.
Yeah, I did. But we're becoming a hotel because we want to have a larger team. At the moment, our housekeeping team works so hard, but doesn't have enough time to do like the intricate detail-oriented things that you'd only be able to do if you weren't flipping the house in a short period of time for the next people to come and stay. So I hope that opening a hotel will mean that we can have a housekeeper specifically designated for dusting the chandelier.
Yeah, and Sherry Lee will be watching.
Sherry Lee will probably be doing it.
Applications are open. Final question. Where do you want to go next week? There are plenty of rooms in this house. We have not yet explored. And, by the way, it's very sunny and very summery. We could also do outside.
Well, I was actually thinking of challenging Tom and suggesting we go up on the roof.
Oh, what about the
Tom's giving a double thumbs up.
Do you have a drone, Tom? Oh my god.
That would
Tom
be
had
fun.
a drone. Okay, let's do an episode up on the roof with a drone next week.
It's gonna be good.
We'll see you there.
See you
See
there.
you there?